Yo, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we're joined by a very special guest, current professional hockey goaltender Rahul Sharma. He started last year with the HC Venom and finished the year with the HC Venom, but now he is with the Danbury Hat in the Federal Prospects Hockey League for his second year professionally. But even before he started his professional career, he played 4 years of juniors in the PJHL and the USPHL Premier before making that jump to the professional ranks. And he has a crazy story with how his first professional season went. So I'm really excited to get you on. So welcome to the show, Rahul Sharma.
Hey everyone, thank you Jack for having me. Pumped to be here.
Yeah, of course. It's gonna be a good time. Like I know you have a crazy story to share with how this whole season evolved around from being a practice goalie and then getting to into 13 games throughout the year at the last half of the season. So I'm excited to get you on. So like what's been new with you? Like I know it's off season now, so like how's off season treating you?
It's been great. It's been enjoying being home. I miss family. It was actually my first time playing away from home this season, so I've been spending a lot of time with them and just enjoying it, enjoying the environment.
Yeah, like what's your workout routine, like your training routine like throughout the off season?
Right now I'm on the ice like minimum five times a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, but I'm just trying to get the hours in on and off the ice. I'm in the gym, doing my mobility, my plyos, just everything in my power to make sure I'm coming back next year.
Yeah.
Version of myself.
Yeah, it's all you gotta do. Like it's a grind, but like we were talking about it before, like we started recording this episode, like you enjoy the grind and the process and everything. So like what has like really made you fall in love with that process and the grind? Because it does take a toll on you, like we all know.
Honestly, just I don't know, like in your head, once you grasp, holy, sorry, in your mind, once you grasp the concept, like I want to do this, and you're in love with it, and you're in love with the process, I feel everything just falls into place, and that comes from like all aspects of it too. Like sometimes, of course, and you probably know more than anybody else, it's like some days you don't want to be there, and it's just how you combat that. It's your self belief. You're gonna have highs, you're gonna have lows, and just maintaining it and being the person that you want to be every single day.
Yeah, and I love that because like I always like recently I've been thinking about that. I'm like especially like how like my resume has been like what I've been doing the last 3 years to get into the Fed. Like there's gonna be like I wouldn't trade the good times or the bad times for anything. Like I love going to the rink every day, even the January, February when it's just what everyone calls the dog days when you're just gas and like that's when the practices are the heaviest and like you don't want to be there but you still show up and every day like that's where you get your reps and where you get better and like I just love the process and I'm never gonna be like you learn stuff through the highs and the lows. So like I just go in every day and like you just really got to fall in love with it and just continue to bring that positive attitude. Like I know you do. Like you bring the positive attitude every day from what I've heard. So like and like you're always smiling too. Like you got to smile around the rink.
I agree, man. I don't know, just something about the game. You just gotta love it. Being around the guys, being around the fans, and just growing as a person too. Like
Yeah.
throughout the season, you go through so many things, and just betters you as a person, as a man, and you just carry that going forward. You just get better and better every single day.
Yeah, exactly. And like when I was in Watertown, like you started with the Venom this year, like you were practice goalie and like you really want your shot at a game or even a backup. It's like you're always going the extra mile throughout practice, but like sometimes you don't have it in you that day. But like I always was like no matter what happens, like go in with a smile on your face, like bring that positive attitude every day because like it does make a big difference and like it'll only help like your mindset, your mentality, and how the boys will uh will appreciate you after that as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, especially like I wasn't playing games. I wasn't even on the roster like for a decent amount of the year. To just taking the reps you get, going at them 100% with intention. And other than that, is being a good teammate. That's probably the biggest thing. And being around the guys, like when you treat them well, you finally get your opportunity. They're gonna want to play that much harder for you
Yeah.
because you are a family at that point. When you live together, and I don't know, just the little things like I don't know. I can't even put it into words. Just things of having good attitude, treating them well. When they're having success, like say your goalie partner is doing well, you gotta be happy for them. You can't take
Yeah.
that and be like, oh, that should be me. No, like your time's gonna come. Be happy for them while it's their time.
Yeah, because like everyone can feed off the energy that you're throwing out there. Like if you're like
Exactly.
faking the positive attitude and like being a good teammate, like everyone's gonna know, and then no one's gonna want to play for you when you do get your shot. But if you're there for your goalie partner, your teammates, like they're gonna play 10 times harder when you do get your shot in the net.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I want to jump into this season. Like this was your first professional season, and you start like I want to have you take it away because like it's a crazy story like from what happened at the beginning or like middle of the off season until then you went into free agent camp with the HC Venom, got practice goalie, and then you finally got your shot in January.
Yeah, so basically last season I played in the USPHL for the Bellingham Blazers and had a really good year. I won goalie of the month a few times, goalie of the week, had goalie of the year awarded to me, and I was really feeding off that going to summer. I planned on going to school playing Division 3 hockey, and I was training hard, doing exactly what I'm doing now, just working every day to get better. But on July 4th, I ended up getting in a car accident on my drive home from the States, and it kind of like changed everything for me, perspective wise and even opportunity wise. I felt like everything was falling apart. I lost every offer I had because I wasn't able to play hockey. I wasn't able to report anywhere. And I was bedridden until I would say September 18th or 19th. And that's when I got a call from my doctor saying, if you want to return to hockey, you can. So I talked to my parents about it. They weren't too excited. Like they thought maybe I'd leave it behind at this point. But I told them, just give me one last chance. I want to go to one free agent camp. So
Yeah.
I called every single team in the Fed, SP, overseas, everything. I found every number online, every email I could, and they shot my shot everywhere. And I was lucky to get a call from Coach MJ. He was like, "We'll give you a chance. I liked your video about the free agent camp, but I had to pay my own way out. Went out. My dad, I wasn't old enough to drive, rent a car yet in the States, so he came with me, drove me down. Went to free agent camp. There's 18 goalies, and a lot of the guys had college experience. Guys who other people would say have a better resume than me, but I don't know. I've always been someone who's bet on myself. I don't really care who I'm going against. I always believe I'm going to come out on top. So I did my thing. I did everything I possibly could, and I made main camp. And coach told me he was going to give me an opportunity this year, whether that be one game or just to be a practice goalie. I told him I'll take whatever I can get. I'm gonna bet on myself and I'm gonna
Yeah.
make it happen because it's really up to you. So off of that, I was just practice goalie from September all the way up until mid January. And one of my best friends, John Moriarty, actually he got hurt. He's our starting goalie, and he told the coach, "Hey, like maybe it's his time." And MJ was like, "Yeah, I agree." So they gave me a game. I played against Watertown. I think I led 3 goals on 68 shots. We lost in overtime, but I felt like I was ready. Like I not felt I knew I was ready. I had been working on my mental game for so long. I picked up journaling during the season and it just so many things I build up day by day by day. And when I got in the net, I knew it. I was ready. And I just carried off into the rest of the year. And me and John kind of split games after that. And like we were best friends. He would push me, I would push him. I'd celebrate his wins, he'd celebrate mine. And just it was awesome. Like I couldn't complain. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. And I got an opportunity, so I'm so thankful to my coach and my teammates for fighting for me so hard this year. And I'm just so excited for where I can go after this now.
Yeah, that's huge. Like I remember watching that first game that you had in Watertown because it's my old team. So I remember
Yeah.
watching that game and like 68 shots and you only gave up 3 goals. Like what was it like getting into like you knew you were ready, but you literally went from your first start in professional hockey, first game in the Fed, and you're facing 68 shots right off the bat. Like what's the feeling like after that game?
After the game, honestly, I think I cried after that game. I was so upset that we lost that game in overtime, but I came in the room and everybody was just so happy for me. Like, I felt like everything was paying off. Because when you're doing it day by day and you're doing little things, you feel like nobody notices.
Yeah.
When I came in the room, like every single guy gave me a hug. Coach gave me the biggest hug, and he's like, "I'm so proud of you, buddy. Like you've earned this. You put in the work." And like that meant the world to me. Like I sat in the room for so long after that. They gave me my first game puck, and like even though we lost, I felt like a winner
Yeah.
because the guys were there for me. The guys were so happy for me, and I was happy for myself. And I don't know, I would say I was just proud of myself for coming as far as I did because you don't really look back and say, "Oh, I've come so far," until it happens, and you're like, "No, I have come very far."
Yeah, you just gotta like look back, like stop for a minute, like
Yeah,
obviously you're in the present moment and everything. You gotta stop in the moment and just think about what led up to everything. I like how you're saying like everything like compounds like every day with what you're doing from taking all the reps at practice and just getting into journaling and all that as well. Like every little step like helped. Like so like what you learn from that whole experience, especially like when you did learn how to journal, like what were you journaling throughout the week at practice and just to help you get to where you wanted to be at the when you got that first start.
yeah. Well, my journaling kind of revolved around gratitude. You don't really realize how much good there is around you until
Yeah.
you're sitting down, and you're writing about it. My family was so supportive, and I miss them so much. So every day I would write. Um, I'm very religious. I would say, thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to pursue my dreams and make them a reality. And then I would follow that up by saying, thank you, God, for all those I love in my life. And then after that, I would just do my affirmations. And uh, some people might think it's cringe, but like, I'm not ashamed to say it. Every single day, I would read to myself, even if I wasn't playing, I wasn't even playing games at this point. I would say, I'm the best goalie in the Fed. I would say, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to dominate. And then I'd go, I am the man I want to be. I am a winner, and I'm here to dominate. That was the last sentence I would read every single day. And I wasn't even there yet. It wasn't even a reality, but you work towards it and you believe it. Once you internally believe it and your self belief is unbreakable, nothing external is ever gonna, affect that.
Yeah.
So I just day by day, I believed it. And if you behave like the man you want to become, you become that man. So
Yeah.
I slowly just worked towards it. Those like everything added up. I started praying, meditation was big for me. Journaling was probably the biggest. Kind of came from the vets in the team as well, though. Like Austin Pickford kind of got me into journaling, and honestly, it's life changing. Like if anybody's thinking about it, I think they should start. And you should believe in yourself. Anything you want to say, anything you want to do, believe it. Believe that already gonna be that person.
Yeah.
Work towards it every day.
Yeah, that fires me up. Like it's so powerful when you're just reading that every day and just you just make your mind believe like what you really want to believe in and just like you're just doing that every day and it's going to leaving a lasting impact on you. And especially if that's the man you want to become, like you're going to become that man because you're just putting in a existence. Like that's super powerful and everything. But like you go throughout the season, like what are some of the biggest things you learn from playing your first season in the Fed?
Oh, there's a lot. Like the vets on my team, I cannot thank them enough for everything. Like I I'll list some guys like Mark Pozard, Stavros Solis. Johnny wasn't really a vet, but he was a vet to me, so I'll throw him in there too. And then Austin Pickford, of course, Brett Parker, even my coach, and all these guys really drilled into my head that like the self belief kind of came from those guys because
Yeah,
they all have their own stories. They've been there, they've done that. They're older guys, and they also got me into this treating myself like a pro. I'm gonna be honest, like before I came to play pro hockey, I wasn't a big like off ice guy. I wouldn't do my stretching before the ice. I would just go on, like it
yeah.
just was what it was.
You're
But
young, you could do that.
yeah, but especially Mark and Pickford, those guys really drilled into my head.
Yeah,
Show up, do your dynamic, stretch before you sleep, take care of yourself in the gym. This is like everything that compounds into the product you see on the ice, but there's so much more than what you see on the ice. So even like my eating habits taught me how to eat, taught me how to cook. Like I said, I lived at home and my parents do a lot for me. So they taught like those guys all taught me how to cook, clean, do my laundry. Things you would expect I would already know, but no, like those guys
yeah,
taught me those things.
yeah.
Yeah, just it was just mostly learning how to be a pro and be my own man, be my own person.
Yeah, and like that's like half the battle is like once you really dial in, like really like experience that. Like you don't know what you're doing until like you get that experience and you have those guys like that. Like we all have like those role models throughout the vets, especially like how you treat your body, how you like that you should be stretching before practice, before games, like your eating habits, stuff like that. Like and then once you dial it in, like it just becomes a system. And with that system, like that's what helps you lead to that success that you have on the ice.
Exactly. I'm telling you, I don't know what I was doing before. Absolute game changer once I started doing the little things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely all about the little things, like the little details and everything is huge and it like has an impact on what you do every day and how successful you are at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like you ended up getting your first you went 6-1 throughout the year, so you got your first pro win. So like what was your first professional win in the FPHL like?
It was crazy. It was against Port Huron at home. And at that point, I'd played a few games. Fans were awesome. Like, we didn't even have the biggest building, but they were chanting Sharma, Sharma. Like my parents were watching the stream. Like I don't know. It felt like everything was coming to fruition slowly because you battled so hard all those days. You battled through every single day, work on being the best you. And when that moment comes, and when I held my first game, like win puck, and I got first start of the game, I can't even explain the feeling. It was just
Yeah.
honestly gratitude. I was just grateful. Like it goes back to coach giving me a chance. It goes back to the boys giving me a chance. So I just grateful for everything.
Yeah, that's unreal and like especially after you like get a couple games in, like you get the experience and you get that confidence that you're like, oh, I could play here. And then when you actually get your first win out of the way, it's like, all right, I got that one out of the way. Like now it's time to just settle in and just do what I know I can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like there's a bunch of cool buildings that the Fed has that we both played in. So like what were some of like your favorite buildings that you played in throughout the season?
My favorite, I probably have a top three. I would say Danbury, Binghamton, and Columbus. Columbus was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. How about you?
I would say Mississippi's up there. I really like that. Like it's warm in that building, but like I like that. The fans were good there. Danbury is probably number one, honestly.
Yeah, that
Like
building was crazy.
that arena and like that fan base is like they give it to you if you're the opposite team and like
Oh yeah.
I feed off that stuff. Like I love that stuff. Like if you're gonna like if you're gonna shit talk me, like I love that stuff. Like when they were like when I was on the bench, like in like the games we played in Danbury, like literally 5 seconds into the national anthem, like they're already chirping me from like behind me, and I was like, holy, like you're not even like I'm not even playing, they're already going at me, and like I was feeding off that, and like I was like I love that, and then I would say for the third one, I honestly like Danville, like even
Oh
though like
really?
yeah, like it was like a small town feel, but like the fans and everything, like a little bit biased, but like the fans are passionate there. Like
Yeah.
they like some of the stories I heard from like those fans that have played or that have seen like from the original Dashers to like when to like the last game of the Dashers era. Like you can tell that they're really passionate for the team and like it sucks to that they got that ripped away and that Dashers won't be around. But like it I really did like how the fans were in Danville.
Yeah. I never got a chance to play there, but I heard the facilities were awesome there.
Yeah, like there was like we had what we could, what we wanted, what we had. Like you could only do so much, but like at the end of the day, like they gave us like whatever we needed, so like that was at least good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like there's nothing like playing those big buildings where like the
Oh yeah.
fan bases are just on top of you and just giving it to you every single time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're going into your second year of professional hockey this year, and you got picked up by Danbury via trade. So like, how excited are you to go into Danbury and play for the Hat Tricks?
Oh, I'm pumped. I can't even explain how excited I am. I've had so many fans reach out to me telling me they're excited to have me. And like that means the world to me.
Yeah.
Brady gave me a call. He's excited to have me, and I'm so happy that they've bet on me. They know they're giving me a chance as well. So I'm gonna prove them right every night.
Yeah, there you go. Gotta just go in, grind, and do what you do best. Like that's all it's got.
Exactly.
It's all you gotta do. Everything's right in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, my number three, or like my actually tied for first. Actually, I forgot this. It was Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge was also a
Oh
really
yeah. No, Blue Ridge is
really
nice.
sick barn to play in. Like it's an actual barn, which is pretty cool. And then like the fans and everything are awesome there. And like that was probably the loudest I've besides maybe Danbury. Like that might have been the loudest arena that I've been in. Like the music was good. Like they had the bass going and everything. Like
Yeah.
I was just jamming on warm ups like I usually do. And like you could feel the energy like throughout the whole entire ring. So I'd honestly go Danbury and Blue Ridge tied for one, then Mississippi, and then I'd give Danville a credit there as well.
Yeah.
I
No, Blue
can't
Ridge is
believe
a
I
lot of
forgot
fun
Blue
too.
Ridge.
Yeah. When I, honestly, I had a lot of fun everywhere I played.
Yeah.
But Blue Ridge's fans were really nice to me. Bengals fans were really nice to me. Off the ice, Danbury fans were really nice to me.
Oh yeah, you
Uh,
gotta love when they offer to get you beer right after the game in Danbury.
oh man. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I honestly enjoyed everywhere I played this year. Fans everywhere so nice. Like
Yeah.
they're just happy to see you. It's a different feeling in the Fed because I guess the higher levels they don't really get to speak to the players and athletes, but here they get to see you, and it makes you feel good that they want to come down. They want your signature. They want to see you. They want a picture with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no bad place that like I was like, oh, like the fan base here is not good, but like every fan base, like I love that fan base and like they would always come up to you after the game and just like
Yeah,
talk you up and it's like a really like personal feeling which I like, especially like being in the minors, like at the in the Fed level, like it's cool. It's pretty cool just being personal with everyone.
I agree.
After your or before your professional career started, you played junior hockey in the PJHL with the Surrey Knights, where you first got started with junior hockey after playing house hockey all the way through your 11th grade year. So how were you able to find Surrey Knights in the PJHL and like the process to get there?
It was pretty crazy, honestly. Like I grew up playing house hockey. I didn't really know myself. My parents didn't really know what the process was like either for playing high level hockey. My parents are from India. We're not really a hockey family until now. But eventually, like, it got to grade 11, and I was like, hey, like I really like hockey. I want to do something with it. And the only way I could do something with that was like getting a goalie coach. So I was like, hey, mom, dad, can I get a goalie coach? And they've always supported me. So like, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. So they got me a goalie coach. I trained that whole grade 11 summer. And my goalie coach actually knew the Surrey Knights coach at the time. So he got me into, I think it was ID camp or something. And I went there. And this is COVID year, by the way. This is like when COVID was at its peak. So we were wearing masks under our helmets and everything.
Oh,
But I kind of got in just based on my work ethic and my athleticism. I wasn't really the best goalie at the time. But, you work at it. So I was there that year. We only played 3 games. I got my first junior game in, though. And then after that, I was just building my way up to getting the same levels as everybody else, and then getting above that. It was kind of nice a game of catch up, but I was lucky to get the opportunity to get my foot in there because I don't know where I'd be without it.
yeah. So like, what was it like getting that first year of junior hockey? Like you said, like obviously limited experience when you have played 3 games and but you got to start a couple games of junior in your first year. So like, what was it like like just to get that start and then really like learn about the process of junior hockey and like really start your development as a goaltender?
It was great. Like, obviously, I'm so lucky that they even gave me an opportunity because I feel like you normally have to go to academy or somewhere else to
Yeah.
end up playing junior hockey. But I was lucky they gave me the chance. It wasn't the best year. I was actually the worst goalie in the league that year. I had an 820, but it's just one of those things. You get your foot in
Hey,
the door
you
and you work your
learn.
way up. Exactly. So I went from it's crazy. Like if you look at my EP, I go from my 820 to 880. Then I stayed at 880 for another year. And then I went and played my last year juniors and I ended up posting a 925. So it just, you chip away at it. You chip away at it. And then eventually you go right through. Like everything falls in place and you start working your way forward.
Yeah, so and you spent 2 years in Surrey as well, so like that
Yeah.
really like helped you get your confidence and be comfortable throughout those 2 years of first 2 years of junior hockey, and like you go into your second year and you already know what to expect. So like, what was that second year of junior hockey like, just to get like your foot in the door even more to getting into the USPHL, the premier the following year after that, and then eventually going pro.
Honestly, that year was pretty rough too. Like I only played I think 8 games that whole season. We played I think 45. So I didn't play too many games, but just same thing I did this year is chipping away at it in practice, working your way up, working your way up. Things didn't end up working out there, and I ended up getting a trade to Aldergrove. But once again, it's grateful and it's used as a learning experience. And
Yeah, like
going to the next year, I went to Aldergrove, and that year was also pretty rough. That was my 19-year-old year, and that summer I went to Lakeland camp, and I won. They had like an all-star game there at the end of camp, and I won MVP there, and that's how I got my chance to go play in the USP, and had a few other options, but that's kind of how everything fell into place.
yeah, the like it just keeps getting better and better every year as you develop and as you grow and really get
Yeah,
comfortable and like chip away. But like your first 2 years, like you said, like you didn't have a hot year. So like
yeah.
what do you learn from like what's your mindset throughout that time? Like obviously it's different from when you're playing juniors to like what you would do now. Just like advice for like younger guys going through the same thing where it's like you're not having the greatest year, and junior hockey guys can like how the mindset of junior hockey goes with
Yeah.
players. So like how do you like what's some advice that you give them to just not get in that mindset and like to have like a more positive outlook of things?
I felt like when I was at that age, I wasn't the best teammate in a sense that I was like, oh, like that should be me, that should be me.
Yeah.
That's changed over the years now, but I've always loved my teammates. It was just like, oh, I think that should be me. I think I deserve the opportunity. You shouldn't really think about it that way. I think when you're struggling, you just need to focus on your own game and really enjoy the process and work on the things that you're deficient in and just work your way up, work your way up, work your way up because you're gonna get your opportunity.
Yeah.
But I don't care where you are, I don't care where you play, but if you're putting that work in consistently, and you're also building the mental game is huge in juniors. I feel like
Yeah.
that was the hardest part for me. And I think if you're just building yourself up in every aspect, it's going to come together. I actually read this quote. It's sometimes nothing changes for years, but then everything changes in a day. And I completely agree with that. So, if you're having a rough year, rough 2 years, that's all right. Just keep working your way forward, keep working your way forward. And, eventually that door is going to break down and you're going to bust
Yeah.
your way through. And like, I felt like I'm a late bloomer. I didn't have a good year until my 20-year-old year. So it's going to come. Just keep doing the things you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's good advice because like how like once you get into that mindset of like oh, like I suck. Like that's
Yeah.
you're pretty much screwed after that. Like your season's gonna go downhill and everything. Like I feel like a lot of the time in junior hockey, like kids go down that route, especially when they have one expectation for to be like the best player, and then it comes to reality where it's like it's not all sunshine and rainbows like
Yeah.
everyone wants it to be. Like I think that's a good piece of advice for everyone to get into that positive mindset and be a good teammate and just work away and chip away at yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then you did get that big opportunity, at least in games played that third year before making that jump to
Yeah.
the USPHL Premier. Like, what was it like going from playing 11 games in those 2 years total, going into 21 games and really like being the guy?
Uh, it was just another part of the process.
Yeah,
Like honestly, you just build your way up, and when those things are happening, you don't really notice. Like I was saying, you don't notice till you look back. But even though my stats weren't great that year, it was improvement. I did get my opportunity. Someone did see something in me to give me more games, and yeah, like looking back at it now, that's a huge year for me for my development, especially. But in the moment, honestly, I don't think I looked at it any type of way.
yeah. Looking back, like what was the biggest thing for your development throughout that season? Obviously, in games, like that's huge for your development and being in games, but like you just grow so much as a goaltender and as a person, like we've been saying this episode. And so, like, what was that development like? Just to realize what like the growth that you've had as a person and as an athlete as well.
Yeah, like honestly, I think the games, of course, helps a lot. Game
Yeah.
experience is like, you can't get game experience in practice, but just even in practice, trying to treat it like it is a game. As much as it is hard to do mentally, but
Yeah.
it's putting the same effort and same preparation, and that's what it is. I feel like I grew so much that year because we practiced a lot. We practiced 5 times a week, and in junior B, at least when I played, it was optional. You didn't have to come to every practice, but I made sure I was at every practice. I didn't miss a single skate. I don't think I've missed a skate for years at this point now. It just taking every opportunity you can get and making the most of it.
Yeah. Just making every ice time, every rep intentional. Like you have to go in with the mindset of you're doing everything for intention and just to get better and just not go through the motions. Like you're doing it for reasons A, B, or C or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. But then you go into your final year of juniors right before you turn pro with in the USPHL Premier and like you said, like this was your year where you won goalie of the year and you got goalie of the month throughout the season and
Yeah.
you put up a 925 like you said. Like what was it like that what was that transition going from the PJ to the USPHL Premier and just really getting your start and like to like maybe going to the professional ranks.
Honestly, that was a very smooth transition because that whole summer I had just been building my confidence up. I think that was what was really missing from my game the years prior. Is I don't think I believed in myself before that, but going into my 20-year-old year, I was like, this is my year. My parents are giving me one more chance. And like it's your last year anyways, you're 20, you can't play juniors
Yeah.
after that. But like, I really bet on myself and I did really believe in myself. So we had 4 goalies at the start of the year. I was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna be the guy. I always like said it in my mind. I said it in my mind and I believed it. And I slowly just worked my way up the lineup. And I wouldn't say like cocky is not the right word for it, but
Yeah.
I think you need to have a little bit of cockiness, not
You have to like ride that
internally.
line.
Yeah, like internally, you got to believe, like, yeah, I am that guy. I can do those things. I am gonna make that happen. And like that's where things really changed for me. Is like when I really believed, like, yeah, I am him. Like I am that guy who is gonna go and make these things happen. And once you do that, I feel like the whole game changes because then you're not scared about, oh, am I gonna get scored on? No, you're like, oh, they're coming. I'm gonna make this save.
Yeah.
I want to be the difference. I am going to be the difference. It's just like it's just a change in even just phrasing what you're saying. It's just a little things that you're saying, and just changing the intention behind what you're saying. It gives you so much confidence, and I think that's what really enabled me to become the goalie I've become and work forwards towards even becoming better.
Yeah. I love that answer because like at first you're I would say like scared of the spotlight, but then like that switch flipped and you're like bring the spotlight to me. Like I want all the
Exactly,
spotlight. Like I want them to come on a break with 2-0 and like I'm gonna make that save and like it really helps grow your confidence and then once you truly believe in yourself, like that's when you can do whatever you put your mind to. Like if you want to do something, if you want to win goalie of the year, say you want put it out in existence and just go work on it every day and go get it.
exactly. It sounds like you're a big fan of the law of attraction as well.
I am. It's like it gets me so fired up just thinking about that and just like how like these different like mindset switches and like how like the confidence that comes like just betting on yourself like because like you are you like if you want to do something like bet on yourself and go all in like I'm not going 50% in like if I'm gonna do something I'm going in 100 150 100 like the most percent that you could go in like 1,000% I'm
Exactly,
going all in.
exactly. And like even when
Yeah.
it comes to like the season, like of course we're both lucky we got the opportunity as coaches like bet on us and give us a chance to
Yeah.
be on a team. But if you didn't believe in yourself to begin with, you wouldn't be in that position
No.
to have someone believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself and your internal game is not strong, no one's gonna look at you and be like, this is our guy, because you don't
Yeah.
even believe in yourself.
Yeah. Like that's like people ask me all the time is like when they email coaches or like call coaches like be like I know what I can do and like I'm confident in myself and like I'm all in. Like I can do it. Like I want to be this guy, I want to be that guy, like go out and prove it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I love that.
Yeah, like that's what you got to do, especially in this world when you want to be successful. But like throughout like your junior hockey career, like what have been some of your favorite moments throughout your junior career?
Definitely my first win. It was a shootout winner. That
There we
was
go.
my second year of juniors with Surrey. That's a big one. And then after that, honestly, it was just the whole Bellingham season. I enjoyed that so much. I loved all the teammates I met along the way. But my 20-year-old year was definitely special. We went to Vegas. I had a good showcase there. Uh, and it's just like little memories. Like, you just love it. You think back and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like I love doing these little things. I love the bus rides. I love the hotel with the guys.
The road trips.
Exactly. It is like you think back and everything is awesome. I have this teammate, Stavros Solis. He always says, "You never know when you're in the good times." So I always say I'm in the good times, and I love that. You all are always in the good times. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed this entire season. I enjoyed last season. I love spending time with the guys. I love the journey. I love playing hockey. Like I love everything about it, and I'm enjoying it. This is the good times.
Yeah. That's huge. And like I feel like when you look like you ask anyone, you look back at like your career and everything, like when it's all over and everything like that, like you missed like the road trips. Like obviously, yeah, playing and everything is an unreal feeling and like I love playing. But like
Yeah,
just the road trips, like there's so many stories that come out from road trips and like the bus trips that you can make like whole books on.
exactly.
Yeah, but like you just gotta love the game, love the process, and love the grind. Just keep going every single day.
100%.
Yeah, but
100%.
I wanna like I wanna ask you a few more questions before we wrap this episode up. So, do you have any tips
Sounds good.
or advice for goaltenders looking to get to that next level, no matter like what the resume is, like junior to college, college to pro, like or like just if they want to just go for a higher league or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, like we've been saying all episode, just bet on yourself.
Yeah,
Work on yourself and truly instill that, belief in yourself that you are the guy who's going to make that happen. You are the man you want to be. And once you do that, it's going to come to you. Don't be shy. Like call that coach, email that coach, do whatever you need to do and believe in yourself. Go to that camp and showcase what you have.
yeah, that's huge. Like you said, if like we said, like you have that confidence, go in and get it. Like that's the only way. Like coaches are gonna
Exactly.
believe and trust in you and give you a shot as if you believe in yourself first.
Yeah. Like this year, one thing I've been saying all year is make your own luck. It's been on all
Yeah,
my posts, all my stories, and I believe in that like so strongly. It's you really do make your own luck every day. Your habits build you into the person you are, and you're making your own luck by what you do. So, you know, I wouldn't say what happened this season was lucky. I don't think it was. I'm grateful, and I am. I guess you could say lucky in some ways where I had a coach who
yeah,
believed in me, and this and this and this. But you make your own luck by your habits. You make your own luck by your attitude, your own beliefs. Your body really does respond to everything, whether it's mental, physical, whatever it might be. So if you really tell yourself a certain type of way, you are gonna be that way.
yeah,
So just continue to making your own luck every single day, and everything's gonna work out.
yeah, exactly. I love that. Like my two were I had two and like I did like half for a half year. I was like, if you can dream it, you can do it. Because if you put your mind to
100%.
it, you grind through whatever it takes, and you can do it. And then like the most recent one is carve your own path. Like everyone has their own path. Like no one's gonna have the same one path or how they get to a team. Like you just got to carve your own path and just go through it every day just to get that 1% better every day. And just doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you're pushing yourself to the brink of getting better every day.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah, thank you. It's something you got to live by every day. Like you said, like make your own luck. Like you got to do that. Bet on
I
yourself.
agree. 100%.
Yeah, but Rule, thank you again for coming on the show. I really appreciate your time, and I want to wish you the best of luck next season with Danbury, and hopefully we get to play against each other this season.
Oh, I hope so. Thank you for having me, buddy.
Yeah, of course.